Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for 3 p.m. Eastern, August 6, 2019. As we continue to progress in a knowing, not a wondering, but a true knowing, you we learn many things as we discover who and what we are. And we work on different aspects of us. And we're constantly moving towards mastership, mastering and embracing that inside these bodies we are God. We are God-mind. We are the kingdom of God. And understand something, that the God within us cannot be improved. Okay? It cannot be improved. It is absolute perfection. So, the universe has a way of teaching each and every one of us in the most mysterious ways. And throughout our lives, we most likely have encountered experiences which have made us feel stuck, lost, or frustrated, or disappointed on some level. And then, just when you thought all hope was lost, some act of grace happened and life turned your situation around. You then experienced a feeling of relief, satisfaction, joy, or just felt things were lighter for you in some way. And life is very intentional in the way its pendulum swings. And when we get to taste sour lemons, it makes the lemonade even more succulent and sweet. Okay? Because I'll tell you why. How many times have you caught yourself, maybe not, maybe you have, where an event occurs and it's unexpected for you, and it throws you in a different direction? It could be anything. It could be you're late, or something holds you up, or you wanted to accomplish something but you couldn't because of this or that or this. It could be just a cavalcade of things, and then you begin to realize that you are creating. But once this happens, you can go two ways. Say, once it happens, what is our immediate response in most cases? It is to become frustrated. Okay? And once we become frustrated, our frequencies begin to drop. And as we become frustrated, what else happens? We get stressed. Okay? We get hurried. We get a little fearful. And all these things, whether they be light or medium or heavy, they come in. And then we begin to follow the direction of the lower frequencies, and we begin to generate more of that frequency. And as we do this, it snowballs for the rest of the time. Now, a lot of us do that, and I don't think any of us have not done that. But if you're conscious and that happens, you choose to be at ease. You just say, well, things will work out. And guess what? They do. And you're not stressed, you're not hurried, you're not fearful, you're not this, you're not that. But as soon as that energy comes in, it could be subconscious, it could be just another subconscious that flies that in, and it affects you in the process. But whatever way, you have a choice. And only you know that what you're going to step into, whatever, am I going to go down this road where I'm going to get frustrated and blah, 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 and irritated and da-da-da? Or am I going to just step back and say, oh, well, okay, another adventure. And that's it. And then things come together because your frequency stays up, it doesn't drop, and your flow from source is much more readily available as you continue to increase your frequency. I mean, you can sit there and you can just start saying, I'm going to send love everywhere around me. to every human that's around them is going to send love to all of them. But it happens. It happens to all of us, and it's happened to all of us quite a bit. And we oftentimes, you might want to drop the idea of becoming someone, because you are already a masterpiece. You cannot be improved. You can't. You're a masterpiece. You don't need to become someone. You only have to come to it to know it, to realize it. And we have the grand diversity of experiences that life provides for us is what causes our soul to grow and evolve. And we can only form a desire to move towards a higher experience of love, freedom, joy, or compassion when we are wallowing deep in the trenches of our emotional pig pen. The secret to having compassion within yourself is knowing this emotional pendulum is natural and will persist throughout your existence. It is a tremendous blessing or prospering in that it causes your soul to discover what true freedom really is. And when being faced with choosing love over fear every day, the soul is forced to look deeper inside and uncover the eternal essence of your being. And this essence is what's truly satisfying to the sweet and sour experience life brings. And when you can release your personal attachment to where your pendulum is currently at in the swing, you'll discover a state of deep self-acceptance at the root of your being. And this very root is where compassion abides. And this is an effortless state of love for yourself, the world, and everyone in your life as they are. It is complete mastery of life. It is this internal heaven. Internal heaven yields a feeling of completion within yourself. And that's like nothing else you will ever experience or have ever experienced before. The deepest acceptance of life is the feeling of perpetual bliss, happiness, joy, freedom, all stem from this root of bliss, and it happens for those who are willing to wait for eternity for it. When you stop rushing through life to get somewhere and simply relax into every single experience that arises, you'll soon discover the greatest compassion has already found you. To master compassion is to master yourself. Self-mastery. We always talk about being the master and commander of the light ship. Self-mastery always starts and ends with a deep curiosity about who you are. Imagine what your life would look like to always be loving and accepting of yourself, others, and the world as it is. This does not mean to bury your head in the sand when you see foul play or injustice. True compassion is much smarter than that. Real compassion understands why human beings do the things they do and knows that you would have done the exact same thing if you were born inside their body and brain as a baby. To reach this level of emotional understanding of others is essential for true compassion to take root, and the first step to being free from any future form of suffering. To live in a perpetual state of compassion is to be free from the judgmental mind that says this is right and that is wrong. Compassion sees through the global picture, knowing the universe is ultimately in charge and the ego is just a little pawn. Compassion is what allows you to master your life. And once you master it, every day becomes an easier ride downhill into the divine. It is the most sacred energy because it doesn't care who or what is right or wrong, how others should or shouldn't be, or what outcome needs to happen or not happen. It's an energy born from love, rooted in freedom, energized by lightness, and bound by no laws. It is bliss itself, and it is your natural state of being. And to begin practicing compassion with everyone you meet, start redirecting your attention as frequently as possible to the most loving, accepting, timeless, light, or spacious energy that has no judgment about anything. And when you discover this feeling, and you stay there as long as you can, this is the fuel for compassion, to open the door for divine bliss to enter. And when you realize how good it actually feels, you'll then spend more time being curious about how to be more compassionate. You'll devote much more of you'll enter life to seeking the source of bliss, and knowing it comes from accepting all things as they are in whatever way they temporarily show up. And that which impresses me, is it my soul trying to come out in the open, or the soul of the world knocking at my heart for its entrance? Rabindranath Tagore. And one of the greatest secrets to summoning compassion into your life begins with self-forgiveness. And after forgiving yourself and those whom you're holding any heaviness inside, you can instantly access a higher energy and consciousness, and forgiveness is not something you can wait to happen to you. You must dig deep down into your emotional mire and give it to yourself. Don't wait another day of your life. Give this gift to yourself before you fall asleep tonight. Forgive yourself for any past drama and whatever wrong acts you did in the past 20 plus years. Think about everyone you need to forgive on the smallest level and tell them you're sorry, you love them, and you're thankful for them, and ask to be forgiven. Allow grace to take over you. Let a soft, sensitive, sweet lightness to penetrate your heart and enter your bones. By forgiving yourself on the inner world, others will naturally fall into this energy and forgive you on the outer world. By living in the habit of constant forgiveness, you'll naturally respond to others with more lightness and compassion. And when this becomes your normal, everyday way of being, you've found the golden key to self-mastery. So today's meditation is to become a master of your compassion. Mastering your compassion. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted, and I'm sure most of you are. And the first thing you're going to want to do is relax. And to relax, you move into the now. Move into the now. You are not into the future. You are not into the past. You do not bring the past to create your future. You do not go into the past and bring your past into the future, create your future. You are only in the now. The chatter, the endless static that is constantly the thoughts of the mind, the ego, drop away. Because you're only in the now. You're in the very moment. And as you do this, you will feel that your body will begin to relax. Shoulders will drop. Lower back stress and pressure will be relieved from head to toe, inside and out. And as you're in the now and you're relaxing, you're going to want to breathe. And you want to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. And as you breathe in, you want to hold at 1001, 1002, 1003, and you exhale through the mouth. Breath in through the nose, breath out through the mouth. So while I'm talking, you're going to want to do this at least 6 times. Now, when you breathe in and you hold it, you breathe in through the nose, you hold it 1001, 1002, 1003, and then you exhale through the mouth. People that are new, why do we hold our breath? You hold your breath because it moves you to focus on the now. See, you see, the breath is always in the now. It cannot be anyplace else. It can only be in the now. And when you do this, it literally sets you into focus of the now. It's your guide. And it's so important to breathe because the majority of us take advantage of our breathing, and we only take in 16 to 18% oxygen, which is not good for the body. Right? Now, when you breathe in, you're breathing in divine positive energy. What is divine positive energy? It comes from source. It comes from the collective consciousness of the universes. It comes from Mother, Father, God, Prime Source, Creator God. It comes from the universe. And it's always coming to your God. Unfortunately, many people are not cognizant to that fact or conscious to the fact that that's what's transferring to their gods so that the gods can communicate with them. And in this communication is compassion, is for you to master your compassion, is to become the master of self-mastery. See, all these pieces move you into higher frequency. Oh, every single one of them, they're like puzzle pieces that you're snapping together. And when you master self-mastery, that means forgiving everything, that whatever you have experienced or participated in this life. Deep forgiveness, cleaning the slates deeply, and if it doesn't seem like it is, go deeper, and go as deep as you need to go in order to eliminate this stash of guilt, fear, worry, and stress. Undeserving, low self-esteem, all of it. And deeply, deeply, deeply forgive yourself. This starts you on the road to self-mastery. And it's mastery of compassion. And once you do this, you begin to elevate yourself and your frequency increases. And that's what we talk about. You love everything, all things, love everything. Eventually it becomes effortless. But in the beginning, it's not easy. It is a challenge. Because we're still connected in some ways to the matrix. So it's about you. About you before anything else. Because you must be master of self-mastery. Compassion. All of it. Love. Kindness. Gratitude. Benevolence. Now, when you breathe out, you're breathing out the things that would cause you, through the mind and ego, to hold on and not to forgive yourself. Okay? So you might superficially say it, say, oh, okay, so I'm forgiven. And then it comes back up. You see, the incessancy, of this constant conflict, of people, affronting of negativity and conflicts and wars and arguments and fights and all of these things are not our direction. They never have been. And when you're pulled off center, now you slip back in lower frequencies and you just continue to attract more and more and more and more. So you acknowledge and you understand and comprehend and you're conscious of the fact that I shall not participate in these lower frequencies. I will spend all of my time moving into the perfection that I am, in joy, bliss, peace, prosperity, goodness, for myself and for all life. We turn and we fold into our heart mind. It's effortless. It's like laying back in an easy chair, just totally in comfort, totally in peace. Your frequency is high. You're up in the throat area. You're just floating. You're in the deep peace, in the now, tranquil. And as you do this, you're met with your God. You're met with the kingdom of God. You're met with the heaven. And that is the God mind. And you merge with this. Merging with your God brings you into one. Brings you into knowing. Brings you into much deeper peace, happiness, compassion, joy, bliss. And of course, what's your motivation? Your motivation is that this has always been, always will be, always has been your place, your existence. And you literally are flooded with massive compassion for yourself deep within you. Forgiveness. Does it make any sense for you to carry this stuff throughout your life? It has already transpired, but you still carry it with you? No, it doesn't. So you dispel it. You embrace it. You love it. You forgive yourself deeply. Move more into compassion, understanding, peace, prosperity, joy, benevolence, kindness. For yourself first. We find ourselves completely encased in perfect spheres. These spheres are made up of what we are, part of what we are. Source flows everywhere. So as we do this, we create heaven on earth. The sphere around us makes up much and a small portion of the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael, the purple violet blue flaming light of Archangel Michael, the white fire, the purple transmuting flame, the violet ray, the golden white pink light of Source, prime source for your God, Mother, Father, God, our family. This flows with us. It's part of us. We are embraced. We are loved endlessly, constantly, without fail. We are flooded with compassion, with joy, with peace, with kindness, and we flow. The only thing that penetrates this sphere is deep eternal love, which is the essence of all that there is, ever has been, ever will be. Arm in arm, hand in hand, we form our circle of light. It's at the equator. It's the God light within us. And it hugs the planet at the equator, Mother Earth, and it literally encases and encapsulates the planet. A beautiful sphere, kind of a gossamer, sparkling and glittering, a multitude of reflections, colors. And it's almost, it's like a translucent golden white pink. And it saturates the atmosphere, and it saturates the ground and the waters, and it saturates all life on and inside this planet. Just floods it unendingly. All that we've constructed in the etherical for this planet, and all of the crystal light towers that roll through all of our meditations, are all functioning. They aren't one time. Once created, they are forever. Now, we begin to float up effortlessly above the planet. And as we do, we're immediately compelled to call upon the other parts of us, our other brothers and sisters, other parts of Source, all of the light energy beings who have the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love. They are in kindness, in peace, in joy, in compassion, in bliss, in generosity. And from all universes, all dimensions, all densities, all existences, beyond the ribbon of creation, they come in the googolplexes. They fill the universe. Arm in arm, hand in hand, they join us. And we are in the deepest, deepest, deepest of gratitudes as they are in the deepest, deepest, deepest of gratitudes. And we are all one, and we are all love, and our light grows and expands. We call upon the archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, the archetypes, all of the angels, all of the civilizations. They have been assisting us for eons in kindness and peace and generosity and love and compassion. They are the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love. They're in deep compassion, joy, happiness, peace, bliss, generosity, kindness, benevolence, tranquility. They've come, they flock into trillions, arm in arm, hand in hand, they join us. They are in the deepest, deepest, deepest of gratitudes, as we are in the deepest, deepest, deepest of gratitudes. And we are all one, and we are all love. And our light continues to expand. We call upon the Ascended Masters, and there are many of them. And these are those who have ascended out of body, but then who have escaped the matrix, and then who have decided to come back and take the risk to assist us. They are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love. In peace, joy, kindness, benevolence, compassion, forgiveness, Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Sananda Jesus, Abundantia, Moria, and many, many, many more. And they come in the billions. And they join us, arm in arm, hand in hand. And we are in the deepest, deepest, deepest of gratitudes, and they are in the deepest, deepest, deepest of gratitudes. And we are all one, and we are all love, and our light expands. We call upon all of the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, Agartha, beneath earth, all of these civilizations who are the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love, who are in the deepest of compassion, kind, caring, bliss, peace, joy, generosity. And they come in the billions. And they join us arm in arm, hand in hand. And they are in the deepest, deepest, deepest of gratitudes. And we are in the deepest, deepest, deepest of gratitudes. We are all, always in the deepest of gratitude. And we are all one. And we are all love. And our light expands. We call upon the galactics, the off-worlders, who are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest highest, deepest eternal love, who are in compassion, deep compassion, kindness, generosity, tranquility, peace, joy, bliss, humbleness. They have been assisting us in our evolution, our enlightenment, our ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and slavery. And they come in the billions, arm in arm, hand in hand, and they join us. They are in the deepest, deepest, deepest of gratitudes, as we are in the deepest, deepest, deepest of gratitudes. And we are all one. And we are all love. And our light continues to expand. We call upon all of our loved ones who have passed in this lifetime, ascended out of body, and all lifetimes that we've inhabited. They are the highest, deepest eternal love from the highest, deepest eternal love. They are in the deepest of compassion, joy, happiness, bliss, kindness, tranquility, generosity, humbleness. And they are all forgiving. And they come in the billions, and they join us without question, arm in arm, hand in hand. They are in the deepest, deepest, deepest of gratitudes. We are in the deepest, deepest, deepest of gratitudes. And we are all one. We are all love. And our light continues to expand. We call upon all of the light energy beings who have decided to be housed in the following forms on and in this planet, in this now. They are the highest, deepest eternal love from the highest, deepest eternal love. They are in deep tranquility, compassion, caring, kindness, forgiveness, joy, generosity, tranquility, the fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, the trees, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, the mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, Pegasus, the unicorn, and many, many, many more. And they come in the trillions, forms, shapes, colors that we've never laid eyes upon before. In the trillions. And they join us arm in arm, hand in hand. And we are all one, and we are all love, and our light continues to expand. We look up and we see our meditative sphere. This is a sphere we created, holding all of our meditations in perpetual motion. It's set center circle. It can be seen, heard, and felt through all that there is, ever has been, ever will be. All universes, all dimensions, all densities, all existences. Continually transforming all low frequencies, destructive frequencies, into the highest high of the deepest love, and the deepest compassion, and the deepest joy, and the deepest bliss, and the deepest generosity, and the deepest peace, and the deepest tranquility, and the deepest compassion. We can feel this flood us from head to toe, our physical bodies inside and out, our gods flooded and saturated with all of this deep, eternal love, this deep compassion, forgiveness of oneself, the embracing of our gods. to know that we are the kingdom of God. We are the God mind. We were created in perfection. The gods in these bodies are divine perfection. We're all that there is, ever has been, ever will be. You feel it as it saturates you. You move automatically into bliss. You forgive yourself deeply. You move into self-mastery. Self-mastery of compassion, of joy, of bliss, of happiness, generosity, kindness. You feel all of this because all of this is you. It begins with you. And when you understand and you're conscious of who and what you are completely, then all life is rewarded because of your deep love for all life, for everything. We look down upon a planet, we see all of our brothers and sisters. We see all life. The atmosphere, the ground, inside, everywhere. And we send deep compassion to all of them so that they begin to forgive themselves. Whatever it may be that they feel guilt for, happiness, depression, cynicism, skepticism, negativity, pessimism, all of these things that they bombard themselves with. We wish and we send our deepest love and deepest gratitude that they too can rise and elevate out of their own self-created prison so that they can forgive, that they can show deep compassion for themselves, deep eternal love for themselves. Happiness, joy, bliss, peace will follow. This is what we do this day. We flood and saturate them. You can see it affect. It cannot not affect. We are all one. We are all love. Our light continues to expand. Join you in a meditation, and I'll return to close us out. there are times where we are, tested. We kind of fall into the lower frequencies, and we begin to, again, the mind and the ego begin to conjure things and negativities, and we aren't aware a lot of the times, but we start generating this lower frequencies, and it isn't, let's say it's far from being blissful. So, as we continue to raise ourselves and to have deep compassion with ourselves and to literally embrace the God that we are and continue to expand and advance, we will see more and more clarity of who and what we are and how all life is part of us and how we love all things. Take this with you the rest of the day in deep compassion, in deep gratitude, in deep kindness for yourself, and deep kindness and happiness for the planet and the civilization, and the greatest and deepest of compassions. Take it into the evening, into the night, into the following morning. We will have a TFCC tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern on this line. And we will be back here tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern